Hi everybody, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV, where we're going to be taking a look at Brighton today. Let's get on with today's video. Right, so hi everyone. So you would have seen the result where they got beat of Spurs 1-0 thanks to great Christian Eriksen's strike bottom corner late on. Brighton were devastated towards the end. We're going to be talking a bit about Brighton today. This video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. It is free to download. The link is in the description. People always go, "Oh Lee, why do you always bang on about OneFootball? Why does Johnny talk about OneFootball?" Well, it helps us get away to away games, travel, upgrading equipment, for example. We do have several mics. We've got 5 mics. We use a lot of mics on the channel, depending what type of video we're doing, and we've got a new one for streaming as well, so it works perfectly. We tried it out the other night. The mic was the distance away, so that's basically why it's free for you to use, and it helps us. It gets us better equipment, and also gets us to away games. There's big things happening over the summer. We've obviously got the radio station show, and there's something else in the pipeline as well, which we're putting money towards, so keep an eye out for that. Let's crack on with Brighton then. Yeah, that's what he's here for. He's not here to talk about Mike's eyes. Right, okay, and so let's take a look at Brighton's last 6 fixtures. Results, not great, is it? Look at that goal scoring column. Can it score to save their lives? It couldn't even score in a brothel. I mean, it's appalling, isn't it? Look at it, 0 goals, and this stretches back to 7 games. We only show you the last 6, but it's awful, it's shocking. Yes, you've got 3 big guns in there, but not 1 goal in the last 6 fixtures here. 7 if I include the extra, which we're not highlighting. Obviously, yes, the Man City game is the FA Cup one, but they've only picked up a possible 1 point from 15. Can it score? Can it win a game? They're struggling for goals. What gives on Saturday? Now, Glenn Murray's goals have dried up, and if Glenn Murray doesn't score for Brighton, they struggle. The midfield's not chipping in. The next top goal scorer is Duffy, an Irish centre-back. That tells you its own story why Brighton are struggling. They're not clinical. I don't think they create enough. They have won a lot of penalties, probably up there with Crystal Palace. So they're struggling in front of goal, and I think Newcastle need to take advantage of that by us being clinical. Because the longer the game goes on, I feel that Brighton will get deeper and deeper and deeper and try and even hold on to a point. I don't think they'll be as defensive as what they were against Spurs tonight, or last night, depending on when you're watching this video. I think they will come out, and I think they'll try and play on the counter. I think Anthony Knockaert will come back in that lineup. Obviously, he was suspended, let the side down in that 5-0 defeat. I think he'll come back in. I think Glenn Murray will start because he didn't against Spurs, and I think they'll try and play on the counter, basically against each other, Newcastle and Brighton. So, but I do feel the longer it goes on, the deeper they'll get, because a point for them, although they're bigging this up as it's a must win, I don't feel it's a must win. It all depends on what Cardiff do against Fulham. Now when you think of it, you think, nah, easy 3 points, but Fulham have won the last 2, so it's not an easy game for Neil Warnock's side. So if Brighton can match Cardiff's result or even better, I think they're almost safe. I think probably 2 points from the last 3 games will be enough for Brighton. Will they get it against Newcastle? Who knows? I feel John Joe Shelby has to start. We'll talk more about Newcastle. I just feel that we need something a little bit more direct if we have to, because we haven't got Almiron starting. That left flank is probably going to be, well, it is going to be weaker. Whoever comes in, whether it's Kennedy's been muted or Richie moves further up, or we change the system, or Atsu plays there, or Mutu wants to run out. Who knows? We'll talk more about the tune tomorrow. As I touched upon, I think Glenn Murray will come in as well, Anthony Knockaert as well. Let's take a look at the lineup which they went against Spurs. It was 4-3-3, but without the ball, they defended very deep, and it was almost like a 4-5-1. So they lined up against Spurs with Ryan in goal, Montoya the right back, Bernardo the left back, Duffy and Dunk, the usual suspects, in centre backs roles, Masuma, Stevens and Gross in midfield, Locadia, Andone and Yakin Bakash, if I pronounced that right, with the front 3, if you want to call it that. Will there be changes? Yes, I think, like I say, Knockaert and Murray will come in. Personally, I don't really care who goes down out of Brighton and Cardiff, and I'm not having to dig at any club. Well, I'm being selfish because of an away day. I'm just thinking of away day. They're both absolute torment to get. We went to Cardiff earlier on the season, got stuck in traffic, and it took 6-7 hours. It was torture, red hot as well. Brighton, obviously, this Saturday is going to be torture for a lot of Newcastle fans as well. So whoever goes down, I don't really care. we're getting rid of a long distance rival. But Chris Hughton's done marvellous things at Newcastle, so I don't wish bad on him. It's Brighton's big game. It's there for the taking for us. It feels strange going into this game as favourites, that we are expected to I wouldn't say dominate, but create a lot more. It's interesting. We'll talk more on the two in the next 2 days as well. What else I've got to tell you is that when Newcastle fans TV shirt are back in stock, we're just selling them for £2, £2, mint that in it. So you can get yourself a Newcastle fans TV shirt, and again, that helps us once more. Are we going to break them down? Brighton, are they doomed? Do you think they're safe? Do you think Cardiff will have enough against Fulham? It's going to be an interesting weekend, isn't it? Thanks for watching.